Right, hey up, how you doing? You're right, it's the day before a brew day. We're getting ready. Well, we've got ready because I was losing light fast. These dark evenings here in the United Kingdom, they soon catch you out, don't they? The light was plummeting, especially on a bit of a grey old day like it's been today. But tomorrow looks to be nice and sunny. So hopefully we're going to get out for a brew day outside again while we still can. I love brewing outside. So what we brewing tomorrow? You saw that I got that big old bag of Pilsner malt. So I'm going to be doing a few Pilsners. That's what we're going to be doing. I am going to get another bag of a pale ale malt. I might have a break from Marisotto. I might have some Golden Promise or some different pale malt. Paul's Pale, I've had that was good. Anyway, might have a change, mix it up a bit. So we're not just going to be doing Pilsners, but I'm going to be doing a few Pilsners, obviously. I know I can use the Pilsner malt for other beers, which I might do. Might mix it up a bit, but I think I'm still going to get another 25 kg bag of another pale malt. And we'll not just be doing Pilsners, but we might have a couple of Pilsners on at once, because I'm thinking about trying different yeasts. Because I've got... Hang on, should we talk about yeast? Let's talk about yeast, hang on. Yeast. So we've got two lots in at the minute. I've got an order coming from Crossmaloof because, and I've done some Pilsners before, and I had some SARS in and I had some Tettnang in, and I need some more if I'm going to be brewing a few. So they're coming. It'll probably be here tomorrow or the next day. Got enough for tomorrow's brew anyway. I need to use them up first, which is what I'm with. The vat packed in the freezer, but stock rotationy, as we all should, obviously. So I've got a couple of different bits of yeast, which so I've got some Crossmaloof Hell, which I've used before. We'll be fermenting that at a lower temperature, as we should, bottom fermenting yeast, and lagering it properly. And I've used Nova Lager yeast before. Now, I didn't. It was packaged as something else, and I think this is as well, but it's sold as Nova Lager yeast. And Mangrove Jack's Versa Lager, and you can ferment that high. So we'll be fermenting one low, we'll be fermenting one high, and if I get them on at a similar time, might be a bit of an overlap. We'll see if there's any noticeable difference. I have had Nova Lager Pilsners, and I've lagered it I've fermented it low, given it some time, I've lagered it properly, and as far as I was aware, even though I didn't have them side by side, I could not taste the difference, as good as each other. So obviously that will be that way around. That will be obviously the go-to if there is no difference. If I do get two on at the same time, if I do, I'm not sure. I also fancy doing, I've done a hopped lager. I fancy doing hopped Pilsner, but like a good few hops in it. Yeah. I need to sort out the recipe. I've weighed out 4.5 kgs of Pilsner malt, and we'll finalise that tomorrow. I don't know how I'm probably going with my first recipe. I will tell you the recipe at some point during this video session. And yeah, I'm hoping for a good day tomorrow. First one with the new plug on the all-in-one. I'm hoping. I've had it out today. I've rinsed it out. Everything's prepped, which you'll see in a minute. I've got some videography footage of me doing some bits and pieces while it was still daylight, and I'll show you that. Weighing out the grains, collecting water, stuff like that. So yes, we'll show you that, and then we will come back tomorrow morning for a little chat of how it's going and what we're doing. I might do a chat while I'm doing the brew instead of I normally chat about it, don't I, and then do some brew footage with some music over it. I might actually just have a chat to you while I'm brewing during the day. Yeah, I might do that. Anyway, everything is ready. I love it that you can't see down here on a brew day because it's absolute chaos. Collecting my water, put the Camden tablets in, got my grains ready, put the water treatment in. Water treatment again depends where you are, so I'm not getting involved with that, and I'm not that exact. But I do treat my water, but I'm not getting into that. I'm not clever enough. You don't want me waffling on about that and telling you wrong. But I'm still, I think, making some lovely beer at the end of it. So I'm doing something right somewhere. Somewhere right. As I say, I'm no expert. This is not tutorial. I make it up as I go along. It's always been the same. Nothing's changed. But I know I'm doing something right because there's been some amazing beers come out of this garage recently. Even if I do say so myself. I've not been able to send any out. I'm just looking at it. I don't know whether I'll have got it. There's no good asking for your advice in the comments because by the time you get this video out, I'll have already bought one. I'm thinking about like a Blinkman wand, just so I can get some gas in it and then put the beer in it. That'll do for me. A simple setup. I don't know. I'm gonna put something on a Facebook group, but I should have it in my hand by the time I'm doing a tasting video of this. My plan is I need to get some packaging. I need to get a proper way of packaging it so I can send some beers out again. I love it. People send me beers and I've started to feel proper guilty because I haven't sent any out for ages. But it's because, like I've talked about, it's because I can't. I'm not sending out rubbish packaged beer. It's just not happening. So yes, we'll have a chat in the morning. I've not got an early start tomorrow either, to be fair. My wife is on nights and but she gets in with my daughter changing schools and getting up at a certain time, and my wife doing this job she's doing at the minute, one of several she does. She gets in at just the right time to make sure Martha's got everything ready for school and she's up and about and ready. And so I don't actually, on my days off, have to jump out of bed anymore. We used to have an overlap where she would come in after, so I had to get up. So I'm not rushing about. I'm not rushing about tomorrow. I'm going to have a nice steady day. I'm going to get up when I get up. Everything's ready to go. Everything's flushed. Everything's weighed out apart from the hops. 2-minute job while the boil's going or the mashing's going. You've got plenty of time to do it, haven't you? So yeah, I'm just going to have a bit of a nap in. I need a bit of beauty sleep. Back at work the day after. I know. Then my alarm goes off. My alarm goes off at 10 to 5 a.m. for a 12-hour shift on a day shift. Yeah, so I need to make good while I can with a bit of beauty sleep. So yes, we'll come back tomorrow after I've got myself up, chill a bit, get everything, finish setting up, and away we go. Away we go. Hopefully, it looks to be sunny tomorrow, and I don't mind a bit of chill in the air. As long as we've got a bit of sun. It's been grey for days and days and days, just grey. So it'll be nice to have a little bit of brightness out there. We will see though. See whether the forecast comes to fruition when we chat to you tomorrow outside, shall we? Lovely job. I'm going to go for a few beers and have some tea. And then we get up, ready for a brew day tomorrow. Cheers. Right then, it is grain weighing out time. Look at that brand new spangly bag of premium Pilsner malts. I can never get in them. So I'm going to weigh it out into that one. That has got my last bit of Marisota in. Will get weighed out into that, and then the rest of it will go into those to keep them nice and lovely. The lovely grains, keep them lovely and lovely. Get weighed out on my scales. I'm going to need another 2 of them if I'm going to have some Pilsner malt on the go and some sort of pale malt, which I'm going to have, Marisota, Golden Promise. Just a pale malt, maybe, I don't know. Might change from Marisota and have a bit of a break. I've had a few bags of that. I don't need Golden Promise for ages. Anyway, I'm going to get that weighed out. 4.5 kgs. And then we'll get the equipment ready, flushed out. First time using with the plug since it popped. Get everything cleaned out, gather some water, treat it, water salts. So we have just got to go in the morning. Morning. ER8. I'm not as chirpy as I normally am. I don't know if you can spot the mistake, but that machine is not the machine I normally brew on. This is the machine I normally brew on, and if you remember the last one, it melted onto the thing. Well, I came out, I got my strike water going, and I bought a new one of these bits. It's done the same, look. So I don't know what is going on there. I'm not electrically minded, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. So we're on the Robo Brew, which a mate gave me, and I've never ever used it. I've never touched it. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I've got meshes and pipes in the wrong place. I've got a bit left. I don't know where that goes. And it's sharp. The old trouble is, it's not as wide, and I found doing in a bit hard as well. This pipe in the middle is a bit loose and floppy, and I'm worried I'm going to lose that. I'm pretty far out my comfort zone. It's unbelievable. A brew day for me normally is crack-a-lacking. I can do it with my eyes closed with my kit now. This, I don't know how to use this controller. It's misted up, so I'm struggling to see some of it. I've just got in manual mode. I just need to get this brew done and rethink. I mean, I can hardly see any of that at the minute now. I just thought I'd try the pump, see if it was working, and it was leaking. So I had to tighten everything up. I haven't got me. It's sunny. I mean, it's sunny. Look, the weather's good. But yeah, so as I say, I have got mashed in. I'm going to play this by ear today. I'm going to go in a minute to sort my hop schedule out. I can't hear this doing anything. Have I got it on? Oh my God. Okay, that's because it's at 69, it needs to be at 67. I'm going to start trying recirculating, but I'm going to have it on really low because that middle malt pipe, it just seems floppy to me. I'm worried it's going to pop off. Then if I lose that, I'm not going to be able to dig it out, and all the grains will be going down the middle through the pump, innit? I might need to concentrate a bit today, guys. I might need to concentrate a bit. Give me a bit. Let me get myself sorted out and chilled out again, and I'll come back to you. Right, so here we go. This machine, actually, I'll tell you what, it's got two elements in it. And soon gets itself going. I'm looking forward to seeing how quick the bore goes. But problem is that, look, that is tricky. You can see, but it's not ideal. So the offending machine, look at this. Where's the end? It's just melted it. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. So that's two. I bought another one. It did it at the end of the last brew day, and then this hadn't even got the strike water up before that went. So I need a better solution. I don't know whether there's a fault in there. Anyway, I'm not electrically minded. I've just put a shout out on BrewTube Official. Help! Right, I finally got round to sorting out hops. Oh man, I'm having to keep a proper eye on this. So I've decided to. I've got some Technang and some SARS left, so I'm just using them up sort of. I've already found a boo-boo because I've mashed in, and I've already seen that normally I use 5 kgs of Pilsner malt, and I've used 4.5. I don't know. I just guessed. that I'd normally use 4.5. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll see what it is. So we're going to use 50 grams of Tetnang at the start of the boil. And we're going to use 22 grams of Tetnang and 74 grams of SARS last 10 minutes. I'm just using up the end of the packs, as always. And we're going to use this one, we're going to use this, Cross Relief Hell. I've got a bit of time, so we're going to ferment it cooler, give it time to... It's winter, so it can sit in the garage and lager. That's the plan. So that's where we are. I'll be back in a bit. Right, we're sparging. I've been on some forums and some chats, and everyone says get rid of that plug adapter, cut it off completely along with the 2-pin one, buy a heavy duty 13 amp plug. I've put a normal 13 amp plug just to see if it works at the minute, but I've just ordered a 13 amp heavy duty plug with some waterproof connectors. So I'm going to make the cable, because I've been plugging it into electric extension cable that I've always done. But that causes a problem apparently. It needs to go in the wall. So I've got a load of wire. So I've bought some waterproof connectors so I can make the lead really long, and then a 13 amp heavy duty plug, UK plug on the end. And let's see if that does it. More to the point, shall we see if I can figure out how to use this and get this grain basket out of there without dropping it all over. I keep kicking, I'm moving this. I'm going to do it now, I'm moving that. Because I keep kicking it. Right, how's this fit in here? This doesn't look as though... Oh, hang on. Ah, okay. Now I've seen a few of these on different... I've never had it with my Clark's team, but I've seen some. Hey, they drop off. Let me move you in a bit. Are you ready? Something's going right. Right, I'm going to be down there a bit fiddling, so I'll turn this off. You don't want to watch me doing that. I'm going to put it up to the boil, see how quick it boils. It's a bit different, isn't it? A bit different. I'll see you back in a minute. Right, so on the Clark's tin I've only got one element. This one I've got a 500 watt element and a 1900 watt element, so I'll put them both on and we're going to see how quick it comes up to the boil. I'm going to have to be careful with this because my other one, I don't know how much that holds, but I normally fill it to 30 litres and I've never had a boil over. This one, 30 litres is there, so I'm going to have to be careful here, and I think I might get a more vigorous boil. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this, or I could end up in trouble. Also, my Clark's tin only goes up to 100 degrees C when I use the controller. I mean, this just kept going. I mean, I got to 115 degrees C. I don't know how far up it goes. Anyway, so I'll put it on 100 degrees C, see how we're going to go. I guess you get it up to the boil with both elements on. I'm getting confused. And then drop it down to the 500 watt element, I guess, just for a guess. We're going to see. I'm going to bring you along every step, see how we go. I might have to move you back a little bit, get everything in. Like I say, I'm going to have to just be a bit careful. So much taller. This has got more screens on it. It's got a bottom screen, then a screen in the bottom of the malt basket, and then a screen that goes on top. It's got more screens than my other one, so maybe we're not going to get as much muck out at the bottom. It's got a bit of a false bottom on it. Protoflox is going to be used, we will see. Can hardly see over the top. I'm a bit worried also because I had to use this in a hurry. When I first got it, I gave it a good clean out. That's just had a rinse through because my water was already in the other one up to temp. I'm sure it's going to be fine because we're going to boil it off, aren't we? But I love doing videos outside because the road is just there. People walk past and they just look, they hear my voice and go, it's like doing videos in public. People look at you absolutely gone out, don't they? What are you doing? Thought people would be used to it by now. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. I need to keep an eye on this level and then a pretty close eye on it. So I'll be back in a bit. Right, we're at a boil, and as predicted, I had to keep a proper good eye on this. I have not got enough headspace for me. It's making me nervous. Let's get these hops in. Lovely job. I am keeping it. I normally go off and do bits, but not today. Not today. We are keeping an eye on it, but I found a massive bonus. This is so much easier to clean than the other one. The bottom comes out, so it's just easier. It's just easier. I think inadvertently I've taken the bottom plate out. I meant to leave that in. No, I haven't. There's another one in there. I thought I put that in the bottom. Maybe it just looks like the other one. Maybe there is still one in there. I'll not know till the end of the boil, will I? See you in a bit. Right, so we've had a right vigorous boil today. Last 10 minutes, so protoflock. And last of the hopperoonies. I've been messing about. There was too much messing about going on. I didn't know. I've ended up with 104 degrees on the display and both elements on. 1900 and 500. I kept turning it off and changing it and turning it up and turning it down and taking an element off, putting an element on, and it was just dropping the boil, it was dropping the temperature. It's a bit cold out today. I just go, I'm not mucking about anymore. Bang everything on 104 degrees and just let it roll and roll and roll. It's good. It's good. This has got me, thanks Rog, this has got me out the doggy doo-doos today, else I'd be in trouble. So we've got 10 minutes left of the boil. Sun's out, we'll get that done, we'll chill it down and we'll get her in a fermenter. Right, we're transferring over into fermenter. That looks like that's about it. I'm going to tip that a little bit. How much have we got? 23, which is what we normally get, to be fair. What's left in the bottom? Oh look, there is a plate in the bottom. I don't know if I quite like this system. I need some more plates in the Clarkstein, I reckon. Anyway, there we go. Let's get it tucked up. Right, that's it. We are cleared up. There you go. So that one's all cleaned down and tidied up. The Robo Brew's all cleaned down and tidied up. HLT, which is my spice tank, is all tidied up. Look, it looks much better in here now. Look at that. Lovely job. Tidy. Look, it's bleeding dark. That was tricky, seriously tricky. I'd never used, I mean it is similar, I've got to be honest. I've sort of figured it. We're all right. It's a bit too small. I just need a bit more. I've been used to a big bit of headspace, that's the thing. So as I said, I've got some cable already. I've ordered a 13 amp super duper mega cool plug and some connectors, some waterproof connectors. So I'm not going to have an extension cable. I will make the extension cable one plug on one end straight to the boiler. Fantastic. Oh, do you know what? That was an experience, wasn't it? You got to look on the bright side, don't you? That was an experience. That was all right. It was something a bit different. I now know how to use that. I'm contemplating getting a bigger one, getting something a bit bigger, treating myself at some point. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, she's tucked up in there. At, what are we at? 15 degrees of the sea. What a day. What a brilliant. I enjoyed it. There's Molly. Where is she? Molly. 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 Crazy cat. Yes. That was an interesting day. It was an interesting day. What an experience. I have been using this Clarkstein for years and years and years and years, and I've never had a problem. It's still concerning me a bit that I've had a problem 2 brews on the go. Like I say, I'm not amazing at electrical fixing things, so I don't know. I just don't understand why suddenly, after all these years, it's doing it. It always gets plugged into the same extension cable. It always gets sort of the same boil time, although it popped early today. I even had the circuit breaker on today. It's always in the same socket, it's always in the same place, it's always in the same cable. I don't understand. Like I say, I don't know much about it, but I do worry there is another problem somewhere causing it, but I'll do some digging. Anyway, I'm going to go grab a beer. Chill out my beans a bit. Chill my beans out a bit. Just chill a bit. And reflect on today's shenanigans. I'll see you with a pint in my hand, hopefully, of lovely, yummy Pilsner. We're back and we've got a beer in the glass. I hope you're all well. It is Friday for me. And what a week that has been. Busy, busy. So I'm definitely ready for a beer. Very excited. So the Pilsner in the glass. We're definitely clear, ladies and gentlemen. We're definitely clear. We're definitely nicely carbonated. We've got a nice little white. We've got a nice fluffy head. She looks the part again. A lovely, goldeny, yellowy straw colour. Absolutely beautiful. Bubbles streaming up the glass. Now, it's the 1st of February. This was kegged on the 13th of November 2024. As I say, it's the 1st of February 2025. So we've had time to conditione, haven't we? We've had time, and I think that's why we're looking so good. That's why we're looking so good, maybe. Winter Pilsner. Hey? Nice little cheeky winter Pilsner. Anyway, as I said, it's been a busy, crazy, mental week. So I'm definitely ready. I've got the weekend off. It's Friday and I'm ready for a beer. Shall we? Then we'll talk about it. Now, so you have seen the cable. I know I've looked back on the video and I talked about the cable because this was the brew day that was a bit trickier than a normal brew day for me. Not as smooth sailing as it normally is. So I will just touch on that, and I know I've talked about it on a few videos, but everybody doesn't watch every one of my videos. And it's just what the conversation was and what was going on at that time. Grain to glass, as I've said, it takes a while to get to this stage, doesn't it? And things happen, and things get mentioned in videos as they progress. So the cable, as you know, is fixed. We've done regular brew days on that, and we've not had a problem. So we'll put that to bed at the moment, shall we? Gravity for a start. So original gravity was 1.044. Final gravity was 1.008, bringing it in at 4.7% of the ABV. Now, if you remember, I used 4.5 kgs of Pilsner malt instead of 5 kgs of Pilsner malt, which I normally do because I didn't look at the recipe. So when I used 5 kgs of Pilsner malt before, it came in at 5.1%. 4.5 kg of Pilsner malt came in at 4.7%. We're not a million miles. I like a 5% Pilsner, I've got to be honest. But a 4.7 is not here nor there to me. So we're all right. There you go. A little bit of lacing. Bubbles streaming up the glass. Can we remember what we used? We used Crossmaloof Hell yeast at 15 degrees C And then we ramped her up a bit for a 4-day diacetyl rest. Technan for bittering, and then Technan and SARS. So we are smelling. It smells bready, cracker bready, malty. That cracker bready maltiness you get. Smells nice and light. It's got a beautiful, beautiful aroma. Beautiful aroma. Now, I know we have done some Pilsners before with SARS and Technan, haven't we? Smells good to me. So we've got that bready, cracker bready, malty note to it. Beautiful. We've got some spiciness of those SARS, and it's a little bit fruity. Now, even though it finished at 1.008, I'm not convinced it's as crisp and clean as I've brewed before. It's making my, I don't know if I've spat a few times, it's making my mouth salivate. Can you, I'm sure I've seen a few bits, that's disgusting, isn't it? But my mouth, as soon as I smelling this, right at the start of this part of the video, I was like, my mouth started watering and salivating. Honestly, I swear, just started going. Now, like I said, I think it's maybe a bit sweeter, even though it's finished at 1.008. It feels softer. And maybe that's what I'm getting confused with. Maybe it's a softness and it's not as crisp rather than a sweetness, maybe. It's smooth and it's lovely. But you know when you get that crispness to a beer, it's like refreshing. This seems a bit... Does this make sense? Would you say if something wasn't as crisp as it was before, can it be described as softer? I'm describing this as softer. It's not as crisp, so I'm calling it softer. I'm not sure it's sweeter. I think I'm confusing that sweetness for softness. Or no, that softness for sweetness. And it's definitely got the same character of like cracker bready maltiness with some spiciness, from those SARS and the fruitiness that comes from maybe the Hallertau. It's got a slight bit of bitterness all the way through, but it's not absolutely overpowering. It's definitely, I haven't put it into a calculator, but it's definitely where it should be. But like I say, it's a bit softer. It's not as crisp, but it's still as refreshing. It's a little bit of a different take for some reason. I don't know why, because I've used this yeast before. I've used those hops before. I've always bought my grain in 5 kilo bags. This is a 25 kilo bag, isn't it? We will see with the next one. I've got 20 and a half kilos to go at. And I did say at the start of the video, I think, I've got some yeast, well, it's not Nova Lager, it's the Mangrove Jacks, but I think it's the same thing. I need to look into that a bit further. I think it says powered by Nova Lager on the back. I just need to Google it and have a look. I've got 3 packs of that, which I'm going to be doing a few things with. I'm hoping to maybe get another one brewed, because if I use that, it doesn't take long to brew and I don't need to condition it. So when that keg's getting down, I could brew another one, quick, sharp, get it on and compare it tap by tap, and then finish that one and then have something else on that tap. So I've not got 2 Pilsners potentially the same on 2 taps of 4, which I don't really want, I've got to be honest. But that would be good to compare if I get my timings right. Do I normally get my timings right? Yeah, don't hold your breath. Oh, she might go blue. But I'm going to try. I'm going to have a go. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? But this isn't exactly how I've done a few Pilsners before and they've been really similar, if not the same, although I've not had them at the same time, just from memory, and I'm getting a bit old now, so my memory is not as good as it was. But it'd be interesting just to Nova Lager it, or Mango's Jack Nova Lager it, whatever it is, side by side, just for a quick snifty of a taster to see. Maybe, but that is all on me, getting myself sorted out with my brewing at the right time. And I just don't know whether that's going to happen. Yeah, so a cheeky little Pilsner. I don't know how many degrees it is. It's 6 degrees in here at the minute. Cheeky little Pilsner at 6 degrees. Not exactly sun shining, sat in the garden refreshing, is it? But as you know, styles, I don't care. I will brew beer. I'll drink beer of any sort, any time of the year, at any time. So, summary. Shall I summary it up? I don't know how long this video is going to be. If you're still with me, thank you. It's very similar, but I just think it's softer. And I don't know if that makes any sense. Comment below. Rather than crisper, I think it's a bit softer. I don't think it's sweeter. Yeah, that's where we go. Okay, I'm gonna let you get on with your morning, day, evening, night, because I think I may have taken enough of your time up. Thank you for watching. Again, I really appreciate your support. Cheers.
Like, subscribe and hit the bell.